This is Inside Indiana Business Radio for the afternoon of Wednesday, February 1st, 2023. I'm Alex Brown. In December, the average cost of a dozen eggs was $4.25, compared to $1.79 a year prior, according to Purdue University data. Indiana State Poultry Association President Rebecca Yonishkan said the industry is feeling the effects of inflation, but the avian flu has had a profound impact on the nation's poultry flock.
Our producers implement biosecurity, every time really they come on and off their farms and enter kind of that area within which they house their birds, that general area of their farm. So we do that every day, regardless of the flu status.
Sam Krause with MPS Egg Farms in Northeast Indiana believes some relief may be in sight in 2023, with prices appearing to have topped out in December. MPS has about 12 million hens in Indiana, Illinois, and Texas and produces about 250 million dozen eggs annually. Krause said the company has implemented strict measures to avoid infection among its flocks.
None of our farms have had avian influenza at any point. We attribute that to a lot of things that we do to keep the hens safe all the time. We wear specific uniforms that can help keep the birds safe. We monitor all the vehicle traffic that comes on and off the farm, down to the air inlets and different things that we can do to keep any other birds out of our hen houses. Everything we can do to keep the diseases away from the birds and keep them safe. So that's our number one priority going forward.
We'll have more on the impact on local residents who raise their own chickens later in the podcast. A Chicago-based building enclosure manufacturer that dropped plans to construct a $9.3 million plant in Northwest Indiana has instead taken up shop in Indianapolis and already hired 70 workers. Ecos Window and Wall announced plans in 2020 to build a facility in Valparaiso that would eventually employ more than 110 Hoosiers. Munster-based Finward Bancorp, the parent of People's Bank, says Executive Chairman David Bucknowski will retire at the end of June. He'll be succeeded by his son, President and CEO Benjamin Bucknowski, as chairman of Finward's board of directors. From the number one source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Has your company grown at a rapid pace over the last 2 years? Nominations are now being accepted for Fast 25, IBJ's exclusive list of fastest growing companies in Central Indiana. Honorees will be spotlighted in a special publication in the IBJ and celebrated at an event on May 9th. Check out the changes to this year's criteria to see if your company qualifies. Learn more and submit your nomination by March 1st at ibj.com/nominations.
In today's business environment, every company is a tech company. Interested in learning more about emerging technology trends that can make an impact on your strategy in 2023? Join us February 15th for IBJ's Technology Power Breakfast to hear from top tech entrepreneurs, investors, and up-and-comers. Our panelists will dive into key issues and trends that will inspire fresh ideas. RSVP or reserve a corporate table for 10 by February 9th at ibj.com/events.
Indiana has reached a $66.5 million settlement with St. Louis-based health insurer Centene Corporation to resolve allegations that the company overcharged the state's Medicaid program for pharmaceutical costs.
Indiana Attorney General Todd Rokita announced the settlement Tuesday, making it the latest large financial penalty for Centene for its pharmacy benefits practices. Indiana alleged that Centene failed to disclose its true pharmacy benefits and service cost while acting as a pharmacy benefits manager for Indiana's Medicaid program. Pharmacy benefits managers, or PBMs, contract with pharmacies and reimburse them for filling prescriptions on behalf of insurance plans. As a result of Centene's failure to disclose true cost, Indiana had accused the company of inflating dispensing fees, causing an added cost to the Medicaid program. The company did not admit wrongdoing or issue its own announcement. Indiana is one of at least 18 states to investigate Centene's alleged overcharges. The agreement requires Centene to pay Indiana the total amount of the settlement in 2 installments over 12 months. In recent months, Centene reached similar agreements with New Mexico, Kansas, Ohio, Mississippi, and other states. Last year, the company told investors it had set aside more than $1.2 billion to resolve similar lawsuits in other states. Wes Mills, Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Newsweek has released a list of America's Greatest Workplaces for Diversity 2023, and 7 Hoosier companies were named. The publication says its list of 1,000 companies helps job applicants, customers, and potential business partners identify who are, quote, serious about supporting a diverse workforce and who is not. The list includes Indianapolis-based Eli Lilly and Company, Elevance Health, Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield, and law firm Faegre Drinker, as well as Columbus-based Cummins, AM General in South Bend, and Sweetwater in Fort Wayne. The Indiana chapter of the Nature Conservancy has closed on its largest land purchase in more than 25 years. The organization has acquired 1,700 acres of forest in Pike County that Director of Conservation Programs Matt Williams says will eventually become part of the adjacent Patoka River National Wildlife Refuge.
There aren't too many pieces of land this size in Indiana that are available. Much of Indiana's ownership is split up into smaller tracts, and so we were really excited when we heard about this possibility. It's just an incredible piece of land. It includes bottomland forest, upland forest, a couple miles of an oxbow lake. Provides incredible habitat for a number of declining bird species.
The land purchase comes as TNC's Indiana chapter seeks to raise $48 million through its Human Nature campaign. Back on the topic of rising egg prices, it seems more individuals are looking into setting up their own backyard chicken operations, but prices are also affecting those people as well, particularly with the cost of feed. Shannon Cagle, who has about 50 chickens at her home in Rush County, says she's feeling the effects.
I was just checking the cost of feed that I purchased last winter against what I purchased most recently, and it is up considerably, almost by my estimation around 10 cents a pound. Which is a lot when you buy, anywhere between 350 and 500 pounds of chicken feed at a time.
But she says there could be relief for both producers and consumers of local free-range eggs as the weather gets warmer.
In the summertime, a lot of times you'll see egg prices go down because chickens will eat whatever is out in their environment. Grass, bugs, those sorts of things, which means you frequently don't have to supplement their feed so much, which means people are not paying their elevators or buying produced feed nearly as much.
The Business and Beyond podcast with Gary Dick is on hiatus for a couple of weeks as we prepare for Season 3. But you can go back and listen to past episodes with notable names in Indiana, such as Mario Andretti, Angelo Pizzo, and media personalities Mark Patrick and Bob Kavoyan. Available now from your favorite podcast provider. I'm Alex Brown for Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand.